Donald Trump's new tariff plan just backfired in a way that nobody saw coming. His latest economic move just triggered an $815,000 chain reaction in the housing market. This changes everything for homeowners. Because here's what most people don't understand. While everyone's focused on store prices and supply chains, something much bigger is happening in real estate. The hidden costs are staggering, and most homeowners will never see them coming. Half the experts are predicting disaster. The other half, they're quietly nodding because they understand something that most people are missing. Let me show you something shocking. For every new manufacturing job created by these tariffs, American consumers are paying enough to buy 2 houses in most markets. It's the hidden cost nobody's talking about when weighing consumer expenses against limited job gains. But this isn't just about jobs or prices. It's about a fundamental shift in how our entire economy works. And while most people are focused on these scary headlines, something much bigger is happening behind the scenes. Let me take you back to a time when America didn't even have income tax. Today, income tax, it funds 80% of federal operations, but prior to 1913, it was nothing. Instead, tariffs funded 90% of everything. So now they're back, but in a world that's completely different. And that's where this story gets really interesting. Take the 2018 washing machine tariffs. Sounds boring, right? But watch this domino effect. First, washer prices, they skyrocket. Then, mysteriously, dryer prices, they shot up too. And they weren't even targeted. You see, this small example perfectly illustrates how tariffs, they ripple through our entire economy in ways that nobody expects. Now let's talk steel, because this is where it gets fascinating. A 25% tariff sounds like just a number, but here's what actually happens. Cars become more expensive, construction costs explode, manufacturing slows down, and American companies, they're forced to make tough decisions. Now this is where things get crazy. While most people see tariffs as just another tax, they're actually reshaping entire industries. I mean, think about it. Companies are relocating factories, supply chains are being completely rebuilt, and local industries are springing back to life. And some sectors, they're about to experience massive growth. Think of it like a massive economic Jenga game. You pull out cheap imports, prices adjust across the board, industries reshape themselves, new opportunities emerge in unexpected places. And here's where we get to the plot twist that most people don't see. And it's a big one. These problematic tariffs are creating 3 massive opportunities. The first one being a domestic manufacturing revival. You got local production that becomes more competitive, new jobs in unexpected sectors, and innovation is driven by necessity. In the second place, you've got a supply chain revolution. Companies, they're diversifying their suppliers, local alternatives, those are gaining ground, and you've got new business opportunities emerging. And then the third place, this massive real estate transformation. And this is where real estate enters our story and how it's relevant to us as real estate investors. Because all of these economic movements, they're about to create one of the biggest real estate shifts that we've seen in decades. Now let me show you exactly what's happening in real estate right now, because these numbers are mind-blowing. First, let's talk construction costs, because this is crazy. Lumber prices, they're up nearly 13% from last year. Concrete jumped 5%. And then there's this. We need 439,000 new construction workers every year to keep up with demand. And with current immigration policies, that's not gonna happen. But smart investors are seeing the opportunity here. You see, while everyone else is panicking about rising costs, they're making moves like locking in material prices with fixed rate contracts, focusing on rehabbing instead of new builds, saving them 20 to 30% there right off the bat, and finding properties that don't need major construction work. Now, let's look at this. Manufacturing is coming back to America in a big way. We're talking $237 billion in construction spending last year alone. That's 86% higher than 2022. And this is creating some hidden opportunities most people don't see at all. The new growth hotspots, reshoring hubs like El Paso and Chattanooga, looking at 6 to 8% rent growth. In tech cities, Salt Lake City, Reno, projecting 9 to 11% growth. In the Sunbelt markets, Raleigh, Tampa, steady 5 to 7% growth. But here's the biggest opportunity of all. We're facing a 4.4 million housing unit shortage. Think about that. That's not just a number. That's millions of people who need homes. And check this out. While some markets have too many luxury apartments, the working class rentals in growing cities like Indianapolis and Columbus, they're 93% full. That's practically no vacancy. Here's what the pros are doing right now. First thing they're doing is they're converting old offices to housing, making 15 to 20% returns. The second thing is they're building rental homes in smaller markets, generating 7 to 9% cash flow returns. And 3, they're targeting distressed properties, some going for 60 to 70 cents on the dollar. I mean, that's child play for us here. That's what we do. Here's why 2025 is different from 2008. Back then, we had too many houses and bad loans. Now, we have 45 million millennials in prime home buying years, 400,000 new households forming each year above what we're building, and $1.2 trillion in commercial mortgages coming due. The smart money playbook for 2025, for some quick wins: partner with trade schools. 80% of contractors, they need workers. And then use AI tools to find deals, finding properties 12% below market, even lower than that at thenewdealmachine.com. And then target essential real estate. Medical offices are seeing 23% growth. Now for your long-term moves, spread investments across multiple markets. Focus on recession-resistant properties and keep cash ready for when rates drop mid-2025. Remember, this isn't about timing a crash like 2008. This is about positioning yourself for what could be the biggest wealth-building opportunity in real estate since the Great Recession. The key: don't wait for perfect conditions. Be ready to move when others are still trying to figure out what's happening. And remember this: economic shifts like tariffs create two types of people: those who see problems and those who see opportunities. The first group will tell stories about what could have been. The second group, they'll be too busy counting their money. So the question is, which group will you be in? That first group right now is frozen by fear. They're watching the headlines and waiting for the perfect time. That second group, they're already making moves because they know something powerful. It's not about timing the market crash. It's about understanding that it's not a crashing market. It's an evolving market with opportunities, some old and many new. And you know what's funny? While I'm sitting here talking about all these massive shifts and opportunities, I actually get the same question in my DMs almost every day. Okay, but how do I actually get in on this? Like, practically speaking, what's my first move? Look, here's the deal. I've been thinking about this a lot, and I decided to do something kind of crazy. I'm hosting this thing in Vegas where I'm literally laying out the exact blueprint for getting rich in real estate without dealing with any of the headaches, the toilets and the tenants and all that nonsense that nobody wants to deal with. And I'm not just talking about it, we're actually flying you out here. Yeah, seriously, flight and hotel are on us. For 2 full days, I'm pulling back the curtain on every single system that's helped my students absolutely crush it in this market. I'm talking about regular people pulling in $25,000 on their first deals and building 7-figure portfolios without losing their minds. And get this, we're not just giving you strategies, we're setting you up with everything that you need: LLC setup, access to up to $150,000 in funding at 0 interest, and my entire playbook for finding these hidden deals that we've been talking about. Plus, I'm personally mentoring you for 3 months to make sure that you nail your first deals. Now, full transparency, we're pretty selective about who gets in. I mean, if you've got a 680 credit score and you're actually serious about capitalizing on everything that we just talked about in this video, you should probably grab one of the 20 spots before they're gone. Because here's the thing, all these market shifts that we just covered, they're creating the perfect storm of opportunity, but only if you know exactly what to do about it. If you're ready to stop watching from the sidelines and actually jump in on this, here's what to do right now. Hop over to intensive2025.com and throw your hat in the ring. It takes about, 60 seconds, maybe 2 minutes, and it could literally change everything. And look, I know you might be thinking, hey, I'll catch the next one or I'll come back to this later, but here's the reality. These opportunities that we talked about, they've got a shelf life, and so do these 20 spots in Vegas. By the way, if you found value in this breakdown of what's happening in the market, make sure that you're subscribed, because next week I'm diving into something that's going to blow your mind. And we're talking about a completely overlooked loophole in real estate that nobody's talking about yet. You definitely don't want to miss that one. But for now, remember, intensive2025.com. Let's do this thing together, and I'll see you in Vegas. Thanks for watching. Take care.